Welcome back to The Road to Scratch. If this is your first time, thanks for stopping by. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and follow along on this journey with me. This channel is fully dedicated to documenting my path and my goal to becoming a scratch golfer. I've had actually a few comments asking recently about kind of my history with golf and everything, and I know I haven't started from scratch, literally. I actually used to play golf when I was young. I played for the high school team in high school, and actually fairly quickly after high school into college, I kind of just fell away from the game, which was weird because I had friends that played, had a couple friends that went on to become professional. Anyway, long story short, I fell in and out of the game a few times and stopped playing for probably close to 10 years, at least regularly, until I got back into it a couple summers ago. Come to realize that this game has always been part of me, and it's part of kind of what I'm about. So I made it a goal, and I decided to start this channel to get to scratch, which it's always been a goal of mine even since I started playing golf. I just never dedicated any time to it, and like I said, fell out of it for quite a while. So this video is all about analyzing my swing to this point since I started the channel. Keep in mind, what I'm going to be talking about is going to relate to what I'm working on with my swing, and doesn't necessarily, I'm not a teaching professional, it doesn't necessarily mean that what I'm trying to get feel-wise is going to work for everybody. So with any golf swing, if anyone is watching this that has played even some golf, you understand every swing is different, but there are several key components, which I'm going to talk about in this video, that are imperative to playing consistent golf and for me to be able to improve, get better, and get to that 0 handicap or better. Now, get into the spring and summer this year, I've actually forced myself to make a couple changes, which I've talked about in a couple other videos. If you haven't caught those, click on one of these things right here and you can go back and figure out what I've been working on, and I'll address that here too. But with any swing change, you usually take 2 or 3 steps back before you take even a 1 step forward, and that's where I'm at. So my scores have been going up, and the reasons why I'm working on them and can rehearse them, but I cannot implement it in an actual golf swing, and that's why we're set up in front of this net. Golf is a giant mental game, and the biggest component of golf is when you're making a change or trying to get better is, like I said, you're making steps backwards before you go forwards, and your brain wants to be like, I just want to hit the ball well. And I know I figured out a way, everybody figures out a way to kind of make contact with a golf ball, whether you're a low handicap amateur professional or you're just starting out. You get to a point, if you played enough, you work through and you're like, I can hit it. Is it could be consistent or good? No, but it can get there. But once you get on the driving range or even to the course, what you're working on that's helping you get better will go away, because your sole kind of input in your brain is not allowing you to make that move, because potentially it could be not as good as what you've been used to. Doesn't mean it's better, and that's where I'm at. On my first move down, I've always been very natural at getting loaded left, lateral movement ahead of the ball, which is imperative, getting that sternum ahead of the ball to make consistent contact, ball, then turf, right? To make that clean strike, get the shaft lean at the same time. So we've got the shaft lean, there's your impact position. But if you're more like this, then you've got to make, there's reasons why that's happening for me, but you've got to make adjustments if you're not rotating through the ball. Most of the time it's very flippy, because that means something's happening here with the club face in the square, which is why my lower body slows down through impact, is my face is actually still kind of open, trying to do one input at a time. And usually it's the input that's keeping you from doing the other positions and movements throughout the golf swing is really more important than trying to make a bunch of moves at once. So yes, I'm not rotating through the ball, but why? And is there an input, just one input, that if I rehearse enough and practice with, will eventually get my body to go ahead and trust the position that I'm going to show you I need to be in to allow me to rotate through the golf ball. The reason why I'm at the mat is because there's no result, right? From whatever input I'm trying to do, there's no result. It's going 5-6 feet into a net. So I'm not worried about the ball flight. I'm worried about, I'm trying to work on this movement through the ball that I'm not doing, and we're gonna talk about why. And you literally can do this so much easier because you're not worried about the result of the ball flight. So pull myself away from the range, we're gonna get out here. All right, so we're gonna talk about a couple things. The first input I've been working on for a while is I was really working on getting myself bowed at the top of the golf swing, and I was kind of fiddling with why that doesn't feel natural and how to get there. And the reason being is that allows me to keep a square club face. So this would be open, this would be square, and if you keep rotating, then you can start closing the club face more. But there's a point where even for people that naturally do a more bowed wrist, this becomes unnatural. The wrist can only roll so far. But what I've been trying to do is get to the top of the golf swing and kind of, been positioning these elbows trying to be closer together. I got away from this a little bit, but what that does, if you can see at the top of my golf swing, that's bowed. So this would be cupped, that's an open club face, this is a square club face. From here, I should be able to deliver the ball if I just continue that flexion in the wrist and keep rotating. I get the impact, it's square. And there's rotate on through, hit a golf shot. Watching myself and even getting in a position that's not even this bowed, but it's pretty square. I mean, it's pretty flat here. I will rotate down, but the club will still want to work this way on the downswing as I move laterally. And this is kind of the position I've been in. So it's been very steep. And even if I'm very loaded to the left and my hips are going this way, I'm not open enough to allow myself to rotate through the ball this way. I have to go ahead and rotate my forearms dramatically. That causes a two-way miss because timing has to be imperative in order to actually have a square club face making that move. With my golf swing, and keep it here, my feel has to be something else here, because what's been going on with this input is getting to here and then feeling like I'm rotating, well, you can call it shallow, whatever you want, but rotating the club face like almost like I'm revving a motor on a motorcycle, right? The throttle on this, revving it this way. So I'm sure a lot of people have seen this impact where the right hand is like basically bending in. You can see wrinkles on the back of my hand, a lot of them, and it's cupping this way, which makes the left wrist bowing. That's a square club face. But if I'm getting in this position where the handle is not pointing back behind the ball, and let's go ahead and put a ball here. So we work up to the top of the swing, and there's the position I want to be in coming down. So I discovered one of the things I could see in my swing was that almost everybody that has great impact position, pros or good amateurs, there's more heel on the ground than toe. Okay, why is that? Well, because they have to actually move not only laterally, but this hip is going that direction, okay, because it's rotating towards the target. Just like on the backswing, it's got to go this way too, right? Like I just talked about. If it stops, there's all kinds of messy things that are going to happen. So what I've been working on the last couple of days is trying to go laterally and back. I'm still not doing that. Super frustrating when you feel like you are, especially when you hit a good shot. It seems like the result is letting you know that you've done it, and until you look at the video, and it's almost literally the opposite of that. I'm gonna have what I'm looking for, right? Hips working that way and this way. I'm more heel than toe on the downswing at impact, and then I can finish, point at the target, and not that delayed finish. So I have to go back to the drawing board because it's not resulting the way that I want to, and I'm not getting that position at impact. I'm still here. I mean, I'm starting to open, but it's really delayed, and that's leading to a lot of this inconsistency that I'm getting, and that's why I'm starting to get worse, and I'm starting to post higher scores. So kind of defeats the purpose of the channel. It's not the road to how high your handicap can be, it's the road to scratch golf. we're gonna walk into what I've kind of worked on in this, again, in this net, because I can't have a visual result. Okay, so I'm at the top here, and what I'm working on is standing down on my heel, standing down on my heel. Nothing else is happening, standing down on my heel. If you can see what happens there is I'm moving laterally, so I'm getting all my weights going to the left side, but my hips are also opening up, okay? From this position, I pump a couple times, I feel that, and then go ahead and just hit the golf ball. So we're gonna try one, and again, hitting into a net, not worried about a ball flight, makes it a little bit easier, but you have to rehearse this in front of the net for quite a while before going back to the range, because my brain's gonna start playing tricks on me again. So, get in a good position here, hit a address, go ahead and slowly take it up, pump, pump, swing. That's where I think I need to be right now, is literally backing all the way out from the range and the course. I'm literally back here, what I've been doing all winter long in the garage, is hitting into a net. Sometimes we got to do this because I have to get to that position or I'm never going to get better. All right, there's my analysis as of the moment. I'm going to work through this and see if I can get this input to kind of get me to those positions and get me to the reality and not just the feel of what I'm trying to accomplish in that downswing. If it helps you guys, then that's even better. If it definitely helped you guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up on the way out. If you haven't subscribed, seriously, come ride this road with me. Hit the subscribe button, follow along. I'm trying to post videos as often as possible. Hit that Instagram up too, little short vids. Sometimes I even have little drills that I've figured out or I've gone back to from years before that might even be of interest to you guys as well. So appreciate you staying through the video. Hopefully it wasn't too long-winded. Till next time, keep grinding.